Hello my dear students and friends. Today we continue to talk about our perfect postural position, second part. We are talking about our lower back. Who doesn't have problems with our lower back, right? But when we start dancing it becomes even more critical. So let's help ourselves. What we usually have, we have weak abdominal muscles and sway back. Let's try to fix it. Please come towards the wall and have your heels touch the wall. I will be standing here so you can see me better. Please imagine that I have a wall behind me. So we have sway back. Now I want you to, with your biggest curve, touch the wall that is behind you. Yeah? So with this point, I will try to touch the wall. So please do not include your gluteal muscles. Just simply try to touch the wall with your biggest curve. What you'll feel is that your pelvis going from being tilted forward into a neutral position. So your sit bones face directly the floor. You also feel that your abdominal muscles start to work. That's great. We have a big muscle that goes around our body like a belt. And whenever we elongate our spine, we stretch one part of the muscle, so another is supposed to be contracted. Our muscles designed this way. When we contract one muscle, another stretches. Same in legs and same here. Alright, now we did brilliant job, elongated our spine and placing our pelvis into neutral position, but how to hold it, right? For this, we need to keep in mind 4 reasons. First, we need to work on strengthening and stretching our lower back muscles. We also need to work on our core muscles, making them stronger. We need 2 more. We need to work on our hip flexor muscle. That's a wonderful muscle that goes from our back through our bodies into in front, through our pelvis into legs. And whenever this muscle is short, we're going to have sway back. So we're going to stretch this muscle and also work on our glutes and hamstrings, as our lower back depends on them too. So 4 things to keep in mind. Let's start. First, we're going to stretch our hip flexor with this exercise, about 90-degree angle with your front leg, and make sure that your hip is not open, your hip is closed this way, okay? Then we're going to feel how this hip flexor stretches. If you don't feel it, go ahead and lift up your back leg and try to go slowly down until you feel this stretch. Give your muscles time, don't do sharp action. Slowly to stretch your muscle. You do obviously on another leg. For the purpose of video, I do all exercises very fast, but please give your muscles time. Now, before we start to make exercises to strengthening our back and core muscles, we need to stretch them first. Good exercise is from yoga first to work on our back. Shoulder level, hip level. We're going to push something with our leg that is behind us. We're going to reach something that is in front of us with our hand, like so. Make sure your abdominal muscles are nice and tight. Make sure your neck doesn't have any stress, so your neck is continuation of your back. Then you switch and do another side. Yeah, this stretches your back. This helps with your core muscles, and this exercise also start to work on your hamstring and gluteal muscles. When you've done this exercise, you have another second version of the same pose. So we go out, we go in, and we're going to switch. From here, we go out, we go in, and we switch. Another exercise to stretch our back muscles is to have one leg bent in front of you, another stretched, and we're going very slowly. We're trying to put our stomach onto our thigh. Right, very slowly, so you start to feel the stretch, your hamstring and your back muscle. Yeah, good exercise for preparation to do any work. Yeah, if you want to increase this stretch of your hamstring, you're going to put your toes towards yourself. Again, not head, but stomach goes towards your leg. Yeah, and you hold this position for maybe 30 seconds. Then you switch. After that, we start to do exercises to make our muscles stronger. First exercise is boat, and after that swim, which will add some load onto your entire back muscles, your glutes and your hamstring. Okay. Hold, neck is in a good neutral position. This is boat, then we start to swim. Wonderful exercise. Then another good exercise is scissors. Lift up your legs and you do scissors. Okay, another good exercise for your lower back, hamstring and glutes is a superhero pose. Make sure your palms are towards the floor, right? And you hold this position. Now you lift up your legs and hold it again. Very good. After that, we're going into planks. We start to include not only exercise for our back, hamstring and glutes, but also in a plank, your core muscles start to work. So we hold the plank. Your feet are not together. It's about 1 foot length between them, or hip width. So we hold. Okay. After that, we're going to go up. You obviously hold the plank much longer. Yes, 1.5 minutes at least. Yeah. And then we do up and down. So we start to work on our oblique muscles too. Very good. After that, one more exercise out of plank is when you lift up one leg up, and this exercise is really good for stabilizing your pelvis. So plank first, and then I lift up leg, make sure that my hip is not open but closed, hold it, and then again lift up another leg, and hold it, and then I do it again and again and again, maybe 10 times on each leg. After that, we're going a little bit higher, yeah, into this type of plank, and then we run. So this starts to include again our abdominal muscles. All right, now let's turn around and we continue to work on stretching our pelvis this time. Okay, so we turn around, we place our feet onto the floor, we make sure that our pelvis is in good neutral position, rib cage is closed. If you have problems with neck, put something underneath your head. Your neck should not have any discomfortable feeling. Your muscles here are relaxed. Now we're going to lift up our pelvis very slowly and hold this position for maybe 10 seconds. Now your gluteal muscles start to work, your hamstrings work, and your spine is resting and stretching, the lower part of the spine. Then you very slowly place one vertebra after another into your floor, into the floor, and do this exercise again. Now another exercise to stretch our back muscles is to simply breathe. I would recommend maybe even to start with it. When you breathe out, your idea will be to place your lower back, your arch, into the floor, yeah, to touch it to the floor very firmly. For this reason, I'm going to put one finger, my second finger, onto my hip muscle and my thumb onto my low rib muscle. Onto my low rib. So hip bone and low rib. When I breathe out, the distance between my fingers will be smaller. When I breathe in, bigger. So I just want to make sure that I breathe correctly and I do what I need to do to relax my back. So again, everything is in neutral position, especially my pelvis is in neutral position. So one finger here, one here, and I'm going to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And then try to hold. Breathe in and breathe out. And again, I do this exercise a few times. Another exercise is to stretch our lower back. Is going from here, and this exercise called the horse because we're going to look like a horse to the left and to the right, very slowly, carefully, but look to the left and right, maybe 5 times each side. Now we're going to place our pelvis into the floor, one side, feel the stretch, and to another side. And again, feel the stretch. And again, about maybe 10 times on each side. Alright, now again, let's turn around and we continue the stretch a little bit more again. We're going to stretch our legs and we're going to put one leg towards ourselves and hold this. Breathe deeply. Breathing is important. When you breathe in, breathe out, everything opens, everything stretches. Good. Then we do another leg. Yeah, we do the same. We hold this longer than I do, right? And then two legs together. Again, very important. You breathe in and breathe out deeply here. Another good exercise I like when I stretch my back is, again, when you lay down, bend one leg in your knee area, place your arms to the side, and then with the opposite arm, with the alternative hand, you're going to put your right knee to the left. Meanwhile, you look to the opposite direction. So I show you from here. I go look to the right, and with the left hand, I place my right knee to the left. The idea is not to put your knee to the floor, but the idea is to stretch your lower back muscles here. Obviously, you do the same with another leg to the other side. Alright, so that was a few exercises for our back, hamstring, and gluteal muscles, and for stretching our back. Now let's work on our core muscles. We have abdominal muscles right here, we have oblique muscles, and we have like a belt muscle. We need to work on all of them. So one exercise that all of you know, and I know that you do, right, is a simple crunch. That you go here, you can do it, I don't know, maybe at least 20 times. Then you're going to put one leg on top of another knee, and then you go with the crunch and try to place the alternative elbow towards your knee. Make sure that when you do this exercise, your upper body goes up. Yeah. So this exercise is very good for your oblique muscles. Then we do the scissors that we did when we were laying down on the stomach. Now we do scissors. Whenever we do exercises, when we lift up our legs, we want to make sure that we bring our lower back towards the floor as firmly as we can. So no arch, but your back touches the floor. Okay? So I want to make sure I breathe out, make sure that my lower back touches the floor, and then I can lift up my legs, and then I can do scissors. And whenever again I do exercise, I want to make sure that constantly my back is on the floor. So there is no arch like so. Yeah, I really work with my abdominal muscles. Then you can do bicycle, scissors, bicycle, maybe 100 of times as you feel that you can do. Okay, so another good exercise for our core muscles is when you sit up straight, make sure that your pelvis is in neutral position, your sit bones directly towards the floor, and you elongate your spine. Now, your feet are on the floor, your knees are bent. Stretch your arms and go backward with your straight back, like so. Okay? Go back. Hold your back until you feel that your stomach muscle start to shake. And then you freeze there for 10 seconds and then you come up. You do this exercise very slow. Make sure you freeze there for 10 seconds in your inclination and then come back. Then you do the same exercise, but this time you're going to open up your arms and close. Your inclination will be less. Just make sure that your back constantly straight. Open up your arms. Your inclination will be less. Hold 10 seconds and then you come back. And last exercise of the series, when you have your arms up, inclination will be even less. And again, you do this exercise until you feel that your abdominal muscles start to shake. Arms are up and you incline, hold, and you come back. really good exercise. There are many other exercises, but those, I think if you do those exercises, will help ourselves with our lower back. Again, keep in mind, we need to work on a hip flexor, on our abdominal muscles, on our back muscles, and on our hamstrings and glutes. Thanks.